Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for watching. I've got another monochrome eye look for you today. So I've just done the eye look on camera, no full face, but I have used another of the Colourpop small palettes that they have. This one's Main Squeeze, and these are the colours inside, which are absolutely beautiful. Do your eyes first though, because there is a little bit of fallout from this palette. So monochrome red coming up. Okay, so I've done the rest of my makeup already and I have primed my eyes. So I've used my P.Louise as usual in 01, and I have set that today with just a really light coloured eyeshadow. This is Makeup Geek's Vanilla Bean. Okay, so I'm going to go into the palette. Now, for some reason this doesn't have a glitter in it. All the other little palettes that Colourpop's actually put out do have a glitter, usually in the centre, and this one here in the centre is a shimmer. The colours are absolutely beautiful. Obviously it's a red theme. So I'm going to go first up into Frose at the top there, which is that light strawberry colour, on a dose of Colours blending brush. And I'm just going to go into the transition area first up. And pop that in. So all over the transition into the crease. High up. I'm blowing that right out underneath my eyebrow there. Okay, so that's pretty, really nice, muted sort of pink colour. Beautiful. So I'm now going into Like It's Hot, which is a little bit more red, on a Smith 235 brush, that tapered little head, and just on the point of the brush, I'm going to look down, relax my eyes, and put my crease colour in. I'm just going to go back in with the dose of colours blending brush and a tiny little bit of that Frose colour on it, and just go back over the edge of Like It's Hot. Wish I could remember the colours. Just to blend that edge out. And then I'm just going back in, just back from that blend, and just tapping in a little bit more of that Like It's Hot. Okay, so I'm going to go into Red Bottoms, which is a mulberry sort of colour on the bottom there. And a smaller blending brush, this is from Luxie. So I'm just going to go into the outer corner. Just in circular motions, just adding some depth to the outer corner colour. And then I'm going to go in with my Sigma E21, very small brush, same colour, and I'm just going to go into the very corner, inner corner. So I'm just following the actual natural crease line, just going just a little bit above. I'm just going to take my Zoeva brush. This is a Petite Eye Blender 223, and going back into that same dark colour. I'm just going to join that up in the crease. If you've got very hooded eyes like mine, just really concentrate on relaxing your eyes down Mine are uneven as well, so I've got to make sure I want to pop that colour in so you can actually see it. Like that. So I've got a very prominent hood here on this side, so I've really got to concentrate on getting that colour in so I can see that. Okay, so I'm going to go in with my P.Louise eye base and the P.Louise brush, and I'm just going to cut the centre of my lid. Okay, so that's done. So I'm going to go back into that very dark colour, which was Red Bottoms, and go back in and go over that outer edge there. So I'm just going in with my Smith brush, the lay down arrowhead lay down on the Like It's Hot, the red, and just right next to that darker colour. And then my Makeup Forever brush, which I love for picking up shimmer, Maraschino shimmer in the centre there. Oh, that's nice. That's an apricot-y sort of pinky shimmer. Very nice. And then I'm just going to go back with that arrowhead brush and just blend that red onto that shimmer colour. No extra product, I'm just using the brush basically. Now if you have any trouble like me, my eyes are so uneven, it's crazy. So sometimes when I go in and actually cut that crease, it is higher on one side than the other and a little bit more of a different angle because of the heavy hood here. So sometimes you do lose that darker colour that we put in just prior. So I'm going to go back in with the E21 and just go very, very lightly along that edge. Ever so lightly. Okay, so for the bottom lash line, I'm going back into the darker colour on the bottom there with that E21. I'm just going to go right along. And then I'm just going to go into that first colour Frose on a MAC 221 small brush. A little bit too much product on there. So I'm just rounding off in the corner there as well. I'm going to pop some Linda Hallberg Mood Crayon. This is Anger Mood, so it's red, in the waterline. Love these mood crayons. Okay, so I just put some lashes on. What I forgot to do on the bottom lash line is just, I wanted to go into the center there with that maraschino. Just brighten that up for the halo eye. Just grab that 221 again. And then for the inner corner, I'm going to go into Juicy Fruit. It's a little bit more of a copper colour, this one. You could do a copper look with this palette because there are some orangey shades in there, which is quite nice to have. So I'm going to go into Juicy Fruit just on a Too Faced, I can't remember what this one's called, inner liner brush. And just pop some of that in the inner corner. It just seems to brighten up the inner corner there a little bit. Okay, so I also went in on the bottom lash line with another of the Colourpop BFF volumizing mascaras, and this one's red and it's called Left on Red. Now I did do that off camera. It's just a nightmare. The colour is really quite nice. If you're doing a monochrome look like this, you're really not going to see it too much unless you're up close, and you can see then the red on the bottom lash line. But the wand is just so big, and it is a clumpy sort of mascara. So if you can get a different, wand and go into the product, it is a little bit easier to get on the bottom lash line there with, I would imagine. So I'm going to try that next time. So if you like the look, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Click on the notifications bell. And next up, I'm pretty sure I'm doing another monochrome look for you as well. So I'll see you in my next video. Bye.